Hey, this is the antisocial socialite back at it again. Shout out to all the wonderful new subscribers and returning friends. Welcome. If you are new to the channel, you have not yet subscribed. What are you waiting for, darling? Hit that subscribe button, smash that notification bell. So when I get to running this mouth, baby, you are in the loop. You see the title, you know what time it is. We're going to have a quick look at this seriously sad situation of a mother pulling a gun on the father of her child while he's in the process of actually holding the child. According to her, the reason why she did this is because he keeps talking about her to other females. So let's take a quick look at this clip and then I'll come back with my commentary. Shout out to Gemini who shared this with me on Instagram.
Hey, it's okay. I don't have to put my daughter. I don't have to put her down. It's my daughter. You have her screaming, remember? Do you not care? It's okay, baby. Your face bright red. Mommy. I got you, baby. It's okay. It's okay. I can't wait until I get on. Tell my gang I got him. Fluff your move.
Because you want to talk shit.
Fluff it. Don't miss.
Because you want to fucking talk. You love me, Marquise?
Don't miss.
Yeah, go ahead and put that shit on motherfucking count. I don't give a fuck.
Don't miss.
You keep motherfucking lying
Don't
to me.
miss. You see this?
You keep lying to me.
You see this? Don't miss. I see this?
You think I'm some bitch?
She just upped the gun on me with my baby right here.
Fuck down.
Baby, you're not allowed to be around her
Marquise,
anymore.
I swear to God.
On my life, you can do whatever.
I don't give a fuck what happens after this. You keep fucking talking
Don't
shit
miss.
about me to bitches.
Don't hit my daughter.
I don't care recording it. I don't give a fuck about you recording. On my life, I'll go to jail. I go to fucking jail because you.
Hey, that's who's gonna have to raise you.
Get
Big dog.
not
me.
you.
Me?
Not you. Because we both gonna die.
Because you're right here and your mom. Come look at your mom. Come look at your mom. Look at your mommy. Come here. Come look at her.
You see this?
You see that gun in
I'm
her?
about to fucking kill this bitch.
You see her?
He just was talking shit.
Look, you mommy. She gonna be in jail with your dad.
Yeah. Right.
So then you're not gonna see neither one of them. You scared, right? You scared of your mommy? I know.
I put this bitch down.
Lock her gun. Your dumb ass don't even know how to use the gun.
I don't give a fuck. I'll shoot this bitch. You don't think about.
For sure.
So you gonna keep talking shit to me about bitches? Cause I'll shoot bitches too.
Keep short. Talking shit to you about
Back the
bitches.
fuck up. I'm not playing with you, Marquise.
Why you
I'm not
gonna
playing. I'm gonna really shoot this bitch.
Oh my
You think
nigga, I
I'm
never
playing?
been scared of a shell.
You fucking lied to
She broke the shit out of glass on her
me.
daughter.
You keep holding her.
We don't need this shit, baby. You bold.
Low as fuck. All my life.
Look at her.
You think I'm playing with you?
You
You think I'm fucking playing with
You gonna
you?
shoot
Why
me?
you keep talking shit to me about
You gonna
bitches?
shoot me?
Yeah, I will. Put my daughter down.
You gonna shoot me?
Yep, I sure will.
She gonna shoot me, y'all. Relax.
'Cause you wanna
I ain't
talk
never
shit
been a
about
bitch with my
I don't
niggas.
give a
Shake,
fuck about you being
shake
scared
some.
or not.
Shake some.
Put my daughter down.
Shake some.
Put her down there. Put her down there.
No,
You
she
think
was
I'm
screaming.
playing on my
No,
life,
wow.
Marquise. I don't give a fuck about going to jail. Cause today, you
Today
gonna quit
today.
talking shit about me to bitches, and then you ain't gonna tell me who she is.
Mhm.
You don't. You think I'm playing?
Oh, hey,
with
don't
you?
miss. You mind behind me, clown.
I don't care about you recording me. What you gonna do? Show the police? I don't give a fuck about that shit either.
Nah, I'm gonna show the judge. Fuck the police. Fuck. I just know you ain't in the right state of mind to have no baby. Not neither one. And you just lost them, bold ass bitch.
Think I'm playing with you?
Ooh, you just
Talking shit to me about
saying
bitches.
all type of shit.
You wanna see some fucking crazy? Bye.
Okay, so that was a lot. That was 3 minutes of a lot. Okay. So, needless to say, the first thing we can all agree on, right, is that neither of these people need either of these children. Neither of these people need either of these children because the dude is using the baby as a human shield while running his mouth and provoking the woman who's brandishing a weapon. Now, I understand maybe you want to, you almost want to kind of double bluff the person because, deep down, she probably really doesn't want to shoot the gun. But at the same time, she's clearly not in a stable frame of mind. So why would you keep on provoking this person when they are clearly not stable? Okay. So it starts off relatively, innocuous. There's some filming going on. There isn't really a lot of talking. And then she comes out with the weapon. She points the weapon at the gun. And the reason why she is shouting at the guy is because he is talking about her to other women. And he says at one point, both, your parents are going to be in jail. And it looks as though the son, the older child, is not his because the way he says, mommy's going to be, both your parents are going to be in jail, mommy and daddy going to be in jail. It looks like she has this child for a dude who's already in prison. Then she got with this guy and, they have another child together, which is the daughter, which explains why at the end of the video, he walks out with the daughter and doesn't really seem to care that the son is running around in the background. She could let that gun off by accident and actually shoot her own son. I mean, recently there was a sad incident of a woman who shot her 12-year-old son over something as foolish as a memory card. And it was clearly an execution because after she shot him the first time, I believe, in the leg, she then came back after she received a phone call and shot him again in the head, which was, what fatally ended his life. So in this situation, you've got a man who is arguing with a woman. She's clearly unstable. She's clearly not well. I don't know how much evidence you've seen of her being abusive or violent or dangerous, but the fact that you would keep provoking this woman while you have two small children in the house is just completely irresponsible. Okay. So this is kind of going back to the other situation with the lady who killed the 12-year-old. What everybody commented on that story on is the fact that the father then said, after this woman clearly had long-standing mental health issues and she'd only been to one therapy session after a while of pleading with her to go and get help, he turns around and says she was a good mother. Unfortunately, because of the matriarchal system in the Black community, a lot of men cannot recognize a dangerous or a harmful woman, even when she's staring them right in the face. Because I'm not going to say it should be obvious, because I understand some women experience postpartum. They have a lot of trauma, and having a child and the stress of maybe being a parent, it kind of it brings it to the surface or something. Maybe there was some underlying mental health problems or depression and things like that, and postpartum has exacerbated that. And it goes kind of back to when Ti was saying he doesn't want Deja, his daughter, to have sexual relations, and there was that big uproar about him checking her virginity and things like that. Deja herself has talked about low self-esteem, depression, and mental health problems. And when we see situations like this on the screen and others where women are literally seemingly killing their children left and right, we can see that postpartum depression and aggression by mothers against their own children or in the face of their own children is a real threat. One thing you will notice is you hardly ever see men acting in this manner. Now, you hear of cases where boyfriends and partners are killing their girlfriend's children, but you don't see so many instances of the biological father attacking his own kids like this. Not to this extent. Not as much as you would think, because a lot of the times we talk about mothers being the nurturers. We talk about mothers being the ones who are the primary caregivers. We talk about the mother being the best parent. I know there was a huge controversy last year or earlier this year when, Kevin Samuels really popularized this idea of give the children to the father. A lot of women had a lot to say on this concept. And recently there was even a post that was going viral from the Kevin Samuels fans page on Facebook, where a brother said, look, if you want to be with me, you have to give your kids to their dad. And the question often ends up being, why would you have a child with somebody you don't trust to raise these kids? But the same can be said for a lot of the men who are raised in this gynocentric mindset that the woman knows best, that she would never do anything harmful. The children belong to be with the mother, no matter how much she exhibits unstable behavior, erratic behavior, dangerous and thoughtless behavior, like Brittany Renner and all these women talking about we want stepdaddies, bringing strange men around their children. These men seem to not recognize that this is not what good parenting looks like. And to be honest with you, this brother is clearly just as dysfunctional as this woman, because instead of saying, you know what, I can see you're not in the right frame of mind, I can see that you're upset about something or this is provoking you, instead of him just grabbing the children and going out and saying, look, I'm going to come back when you calm down, even if he's not intending to come back, but he just says that to get out of the door. Because at one point, initially, I thought maybe she's blocking the door. He's frightened to leave because she's blocking the way. Maybe he's frightened if he approaches her, she will actually shoot. But as you can see later on in the clip, he actually makes it outside. So the question has to be, why would you, as a grown man in the house with a crazed woman who's waving a firearm around in front of two small children, why would you not just put your coat on and step straight through the door? Again, yesterday we were talking about a dysfunctional relationship. I think a lot of people weren't happy with what I had to say about a woman provoking her man in the supermarket, and she throws a bottle of water over him, and he grabs her by the throat. And the reality is this, as I've said so many times before, as everybody is clearly aware by now, in the Black community, domestic violence is bilateral. A woman is just as likely to be aggressive, and a woman is more likely to pick up a weapon. In this clip, you just saw that she started to throw various things across the room at him. She threw a cup, I think she threw a glass. At one point, it almost sounded like she actually fired the gun. Obviously, a bullet could ricochet and hit one of the kids. Even if she missed, the bullet could stray and hit an innocent person. This is just a completely reckless and volatile situation. But unfortunately, because we have so many people raised in dysfunction, they're raised in confusion, they're raised in a lot of chaos, they think that this drama is exciting and it's even normal. He wants to prove to her that he's not scared of her, but he's actually endangering his life and the lives of the children. And, a part of me feels like if he does feel that she's an unfit mother and she's an unsafe mother, he films it because he wants the video evidence. But you're trying to reason with somebody who clearly does not care. She said, I don't care if you film this. I don't care if you die. I don't care about anything. And obviously, a person who feels they have nothing to lose is one of the most dangerous people to be around. The other thing that obviously is irresponsible of this man is he calls the little boy to come and look at his mother being violent and dangerous. He says to her, are you scared of mommy? Now imagine being a young boy and you have this memory of your mother pulling a gun on you, how terrifying that is. Over here, we talked a lot about the concept of ACEs or adverse childhood experiences. And it seems like one of the children, at least one of their parent, is already in prison. Then you have another parent who's clearly experiencing mental health issues. We have violence in the home. I wouldn't be surprised if there was various forms of criminal activity and even, drug use of some kind. And one thing I noticed about this property is it doesn't really look like a home. For a house with two children inside, or at least one child living permanently in this property, it almost looks very sparse, like either she's just moved in, she's just moved out, or the place has been ransacked or something. It doesn't scream homely. It doesn't scream inviting. It doesn't scream anything to do with a stable, strong family. There's barely anything on the walls. There's barely any furniture. It just looks bland, like maybe they just moved in. And so it's just the whole situation speaks to a lot of confusion, a lot of dysfunction. I don't respect the fact that the man used the child as a human shield, which is something, as I was looking through the comments, somebody actually commented on. And then it says, man, be careful who you have children with. And again, this man, clearly he's dysfunctional himself. That's why he likes this chaos. But even he doesn't seem to understand that he's actually putting his life and the life of his children, or at least one of his children, at serious risk. I'm not going to say that every woman who has children with the man who's in jail is bad, but it's clearly a poor decision on her part, because that man is obviously embroiled in a lot of drama. Repercussions could come to bite, as it were. And then on top of it, he hasn't got the ability to be a supportive, consistent father because he's incarcerated. So this is scary. This is definitely a sad situation, but we're going to see more of this in the near future, in my opinion, because more and more people are having a delayed maturity. They're not growing up as quickly as they should. They think drama and chaos is funny. They think that, they don't recognize that a child is a vulnerable individual, that they're not just pawns, they're not just accessories, they're actually people who need to grow up to be functioning adults. Somebody here says she needs counseling bad. The kid should be removed. He wrong for bringing the little boy out. She wrong for everything. This is just a bad situation. She needs more than counseling, and they definitely need to remove these children. So once again, brothers need to be mindful who they're having kids with. It's not enough just to say she's got a pretty face and a big behind. Brothers have got to do their background checking as well, because some of these people who are displaying problematic behavior, they come from an environment of dysfunction. And again, if you come from an environment of dysfunction yourself, that's probably going to be considered normal. So you don't see the wood for the trees, as it were. But if you are looking to settle down, to start a family, it's not enough that she's just got a pretty face. You got to look at who she's been dating in the past, the situation, the circumstances surrounding her current position. What's her family mental health looking like? Because some of these conditions are hereditary, and you would have seen that in her lineage there were a number of people who had, unfortunately had to be sectioned. They had to be they're on some type of medication, maybe depression or something runs in their family. Check the history. Does she come from a background of some type of abuse? Again, I'm not trying to blame the victim, but we know that people who come from backgrounds of trauma and abuse, sometimes they go on to replicate those dysfunctional cycles in their own life. If she was unprotected as a child, she's going to find it harder to understand the need to protect even her own kids. And if she's so low that she feels like she doesn't have anything to live for, then she doesn't fear any repercussions. That's obviously a dangerous individual. So that's my thoughts on this situation. It's very sad that we see a rise in the number of women killing their own children. I'm not going to say that it's surprising, because we have become so detached from femininity. Women have become so detached from their traditional gender roles. They don't necessarily look forward to having children because of what they want to impart to a child. They care more about having children to satisfy their own selfish needs. The society has basically reared a generation of adult children who basically do everything for giggles and internet clout, which means that children are getting neglected. And as we know, a lot of women are on psychiatric meds and things, that women have been found to be the most unhappy they have ever been, despite having all of this freedom. And so in that state of unhappiness, anything is kind of possible. Well, that's all I've got for this one. share the video with somebody who needs to see it. Please give it a big thumbs up. We are chugging along nicely towards 1,000 subscribers. So if you are here and you are not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, set those notifications to all. I know a number of people have said that they come back and they find they've been unsubscribed. So if you are catching this, please make sure that you are still subscribed and that your notifications are on. Obviously, let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.